Welcome to YoungHollywood.com.
Hey guys, I'm Tatiana Diana hanging out with Danny Elfman. How are ya?
Hi.
Have you had a busy day today?
A little bit.
So what's a typical day for you?
Well, a typical day you don't want to know about is just me showing up, sitting down at my keyboards, staring blankly at the screen for a couple of hours, having a cup of coffee, staring blankly again, noodling out some stuff, and then finally getting to work and going till about 2 in the morning.
Oh wow, that's a really long day. Is there anything that inspires you specifically when you're working on a movie or a TV show?
Well, I have to find those things to inspire me. I never know what it's going to be.
Tim Burton is somebody that you work with very often. How did you guys connect?
Well, out of the blue, he came to me. I was in a band called Oingo Boingo, and he approached my representative and said he was interested in a meeting, and I didn't know what it was for. And I met him, and he says, I'm doing this Pee Wee Herman movie and called Pee Wee's Big Adventure. I was like, oh, you want a song? And he goes, no, I want a score. I was like, huh? Exactly. This is kind of like, all right, sure.
And so that was your first score that you've ever done. How did you feel taking on such a huge task?
I just enjoyed it. I didn't really care what anybody thought. Mm-hmm. You know, I had another job, so, you know, it's not like I was trying to get a job as a film composer. Mm-hmm. So I just decided to, not care. Not that I didn't care about the movie, but to not care about whether it got me more work or not, or anything like that. I just had a great time with Tim.
So did you find that after you did that and worked with such a big name like Tim, you were just automatically thrown into that category and people just started coming to you, or how did that work out for you?
Well, at that point, nobody knew who Tim was. And we both kind of grew together. I started getting more work. He started development on another film, and then another. And so every time he did a film, he'd come back and say, hey, you want to do another? I go, yeah. So Beetlejuice was our second, and then that was my 5th film. And then Batman was his 3rd film, and that was my 10th film. And Edward Scissorhands, I'd like to say it was my 15th, because we didn't quite make 1, 5, 10, 15. I think it was like 14th film at that time. So I didn't quite keep the perfect record of 5s. But, every time he did another film, I was trying to grow with him.
You're coming out with a box set with Tim Burton. Can you tell us what that's all about?
Before I knew it, it was our 25th anniversary, which I still can't believe. And Warner Brothers Records had approached us about doing an anniversary of it. So it just kind of grew into this monster project. And it's this box that Tim has provided all the artwork and design for, this crazy thing. When you open the top, it has a zoetrope, which is a 19th century wheel that you put images in that Tim and I have both made. So you look through the slats, and it looks like it's the first moving picture people ever saw was through a zoetrope. 16 CDs that I spent a long time editing together with, I think, 20 hours of material and 8 hours never released before. Old demos that I haven't heard since I did them. A USB drive with all the music on it, and a book that's like 50 pages long of our history together.
So you kind of accidentally fell into this wonderful career. What advice would you give someone in your shoes who really wanted to do what you're doing, and what would be the keys to success? First
off, they have to kind of find themselves, figure out what their sound is, what their motivation is, and what their thing is, and then they just have to work incredibly hard at it, because I've done all kinds of difficult jobs, and being in a band is not easy either, but scoring films is 10 times as hard. It's really, really, really long hours, very difficult work, so that's what I would try to warn them. They have to be prepared for it. Hi, I'm Danny Elfman, and you're watching Young Hollywood.